Alright, let's just jump right in. Where's the spinning attack? No, that's not it. Learn what that combo is again.
I asked around, and some whale in Europe is trying to fence a huge rock on the black market. He calls it the right eye, saying it's part of some set called the Eyes of the World. Fits the bill of what you're after, don't it? Now, here's the funny bit. The stone passes around the halls of power for hundreds of years, vanishes, and then the black market goes white hot for the thing. But the seller wanted an arm and a leg for it, to the point no one could stomach the price. So back goes the stone. But not before everyone figures out where the guy is. You're gonna enjoy doing this one, I bet. I love sticking it to the rich. Of course, when you do, don't forget your old buddy Enzo stuck his neck out on this one. Slide me a few fuzzoles out of the rich guy's pocket for my troubles, right? Anyways, you better get going before the trail gets cold. Off to the middle of nowhere. Paradise of Europe. Vigrid.
Vigrid. A made up place.
Welcome to Vigrid, our final stop. Entry visas are required of all travelers. Please submit your Vigrid-issued entry visa for inspection.
In the second game?
Please make sure you take
Oh,
all
in Northsmith, sorry.
Repeat
What?
this message.
Really?
Welcome to Vigrid.
I didn't know that.
Alder.
Oh, right. Hey, no spoilers!
Oh.
I didn't know about Ithabal. Also, this is the actual intro to the game. Well, because it's all like Italian-sounding names, so I never put that together. Everything except for that. Alright, our intro gets...
Bayonetta.
See, that sounds very Italian. It's important, we have to pay attention. You know that voice belongs to a douchebag because he messed up your ultimate intro song.
So, this is supposed to be paradise?
So, the first thing you'll notice is that all these people are, yeah. Let me read that again. Oh, is that a one-time thing only? Okay, so,
Good work.
sorry, I'll narrate next time. Baked Gecko, that's going to tell me what every one of these items is. So the reason why everyone's invisible, unicorn horn, that's a penis, is, oh wait, you know, unicorns have actual horns. When you see invisible people like that, those are basically regular humans who are in what we call the normal world. Right now, I am in what is called Purgatorio, essentially Purgatory. While I'm in Purgatory, I do not interact with them. They can't see me. I can literally walk through them, which is the game's kind of lore-based explanation for when you're having a fight with these angels, why is it that no one else is being affected? How come you're not just slaughtering civilians by the metric fuck ton? This is why. You're always fighting angels in Purgatorio, because angels must be one of the Vigrid security forces. For security guards in the middle of nowhere, they have some awfully impressive weapons. Because angels can only interact in Purgatorio. They are not supposed to come into the real world. You can't fight them in the real world. You have to go into Purgatory to fight them. So that's why when you're walking around and you're not affecting people, that's the reason why for it. You're technically in like a... Probably best to call it like another dimension. A signboard aimed at tourists. It points out the locations of the remaining ancient ruins in Vigrid. Can we see the security guard? Yeah, he's got like a big ass submachine gun. So, yep. All right. So yeah, right now we're not. No one can see us. We can see them, but we can't interact with them. I'm trying to remember. Are there any secrets in this first area? This game is very fond of hidden items, hidden chests. I'm gonna be trying to find them. If there's a few that I know that I've missed, I obviously am not gonna force stream to watch me go back and replay a chapter, but I will be making a point to go back and get them. Mostly because a lot of these hidden chests have parts for weapons, and I like switching between all the weapons, but there's a few that I really love, and I think they're both. Is the whip plot based? I think you get the whip specifically as part of the game, but I don't know if you get the sword. You get the sword and the whip? Okay. So it's just what the rocket launchers that are bonus, I think.
Oh, who's spoilering now?
There's a few weapons though that that's the other one. That one I won't spoil. My favorite foot weapon. But yeah, basically there's hidden items all throughout the game, and at first the weapons come in 2 parts, and then later on some of them actually come in 3 parts. So you have to find all 3 hidden items to unlock that weapon. So for that reason, there's a lot of searching around required. But once you go past an area, there's a lot of parts in the game that are, one chance only to get it. And then the only way to get it again is to redo that entire verse. Or actually, sorry, the entire chapter. You can't choose your verse. You can only play a chapter in its entirety. There's also certain challenge areas that you have to do one time and one time only. If you miss it, then you're screwed until you replay the chapter. So again, same thing for that. If I miss one or if I fuck it up and can't beat it, I'll be doing that off stream. So unlike Nier, where I have to grind for parts, in this game I'll be grinding for hidden chests and certain challenges. You have a hidden chest. Nice. Alright, so it's sealed shut. The security system activation has put the whole area in a state of alert. Probably because I walked through those metal detectors. Even though I'm in Purgatorio, I'm guessing it still detected me. The sphere embedded in this wall is emitting a wondrous light and resonant sound. Getting closer to it makes it glow brighter. It's as if it has some sort of ability to respond to a witch's power built in. And by witch's power, we mean kick it. A lot. Come on, there we go. So for those doors, you essentially have to combo them until they open. And if you suck at combos, you can't get the door open. So you learn very quickly to get good at combos in this game. Or suffer the consequences. Also, you might have seen a giant fucking foot there. Now that I have actual witch guns, I now have all of my witch abilities too. Also, you might notice I'm using the giant key as a weapon. Another thing that I love about the game. All these angels, there's a chance that they'll drop their big-ass weapons they're using, and if they do, you can 100% pick it up and use it for yourself. For a small amount of time, at least. Unfortunately, it's a very slow weapon. Ooh, a platinum. We're not going to see a lot of those. I know it's not a pure platinum. The only way to get a pure platinum is to not take any damage and to also have, like, perfect combos and perfect everything else. A voyage towards the truth. I've been a journalist now for over 20 years, always aiming for the guiding light of truth, always pushing forward. I've believed that communicating the truth is the core tenet of all journalism, chasing it until my legs turn to rubber and the truth is burned into my retinas. But my journalistic career has hit an incredible wall, and I must confess that I've been crushed under the weight of the path I've traveled. It all began upon seeing beyond the stone-chiseled history of the old European city of Vigrid, and past the deep scars time had left behind. The passing of history has always been overseen by a select few, and they have left memories of a time stained with blood. This fact is integral in understanding the big picture, but it also causes one to hesitate before becoming involved in such a dark history. Treading down this path I believe so firmly in means I cannot afford to lose faith in my convictions. It may also mean that my life is put into jeopardy. However, I hold deep within my heart the hope that even after my soul has left this body, as long as these notes, my proof of being, are passed to the right man, future ages will also come to know the truth. They say that some things come at the cost of your life, but to me, truth is my life. In this age filled with lies and deception, I forever pray that truth will shine its light on the path of righteousness. Antonio Redgrave. You cooked some artichoke hearts and just sat down with your plate and one of them suddenly exploded at you. Jesus! That's a dinner hazard I have never encountered in my life. While I'm in here, let me show off these lovely weapons. They're called Scarborough Fair. I love these guns. They do a lot of neat stuff with references and historical things in this game. So let me read the description of these real quick. Crafted by the famed demonsmith Rodan, these 4 guns have been crowned with the names Parsley, Sage, Rosemary, and Thyme. Pushing Bayonetta's magic to its limits, these guns' rate of fire and stopping power are incredible. You've had bacon do it? I've had bacon explode. Only once or twice after I've actually finished cooking it, though, so that's the impressive part. It's a set of 2 crystal statues, but one is in pieces. It has been destroyed in an unnatural power, as if in a fit of rage powered by a deeply held grudge. Ah yes, this is a sight you guys will become very familiar with. Jesus, I forgot Nintendo version is just super baby explain mode. The original game did not have all this. But I'll read it anyway. Wicked Weave techniques use your hair as a conduit to summon forth demonic entities. Connect these techniques to a punch or kick combo for a devastating finish. It's not... I'm playing normal. The difficulty itself is not any easier. It's just that there's tutorials. It's not! Proven by the fact that I've had my ass kicked multiple times. Listen, you. I guess I should use torture attacks because I have no other reason to store up my magic. I'm not going to taunt until I've gotten the accessory that makes it worthwhile. Yeah, I've cooked bacon naked too, so I can agree with you that is a terrible idea and you should never do it unless you have a nice apron on. It's just asking for pain and trouble. We fixed it by beating up angels, as one does. If I recall, the hidden fight is after this, right? Go back and check. Though, you learn very quickly after you've played the game a couple times, backtracking is your friend. Especially if you think you're about to go to an area that will cut you off. Because that's when they like to put a backtrack in, because they are genius douchebags. And go. So the way that this puzzle works is, well, I fucked up. Oh, no, I didn't. When you're in witch time, you can run across water, because you're awesome and you're a witch. But there's a lot of those kind of puzzles where you have to basically summon a lightning bolt and either dodge it or get hit by it. And if you get hit by it, you take the damage, and if you dodge it, you usually unlock some piece of the puzzle. Now, I forget if I need to beat this up now and go... But once I beat it up, do I automatically go up? I'll go check anyway. Can't hurt. Yeah, it can't hurt you to go back. Oh, there's something down there too? Okay. Oops. Check for the fight first. Oh, I think you have to actually summon the elevator first. Yeah, alright. And then just don't ride it up. Jesus was a leg witch. Holy shit, you're right. That explains so much. Cooking naked at a wood stove? Jeez! That's just double pain. So yeah, the only way to get across this is to do that puzzle multiple times and then run across the water. But while we're down here, we can check for secrets and such. But yeah, because you're a witch, you don't need to worry about oxygen, which is pretty cool. You can jump real good. You've got those sweet butterfly wings. And you've got legs for days. Like, what what is there about being a witch that you wouldn't want to have? I guess besides the whole, you have to kill angels constantly or you go to hell. Alright, let's beat this thing up. We make an elevator out of the magic wall, and then we do not get on the elevator. That's what it is. Okay. Now we can go back and find this secret. And by the way, in this game, secret usually translates to another fight. Fighting is a very big part of the game. But, luckily the fighting is very fun to both do and watch. So there's that. Where are you? Are you down here? Found it! Here's our first challenge area. Luckily, it's not too difficult. These will be the ones that I will be failing later on.
Difficult. I won't fail.
Having legs for days means you have to special order pants, so not actually that great. Yeah, but she doesn't have to worry about it because it's just her hair. So it's all good. You know what? Is that why Jesus never shaved? His clothing was his hair too? It makes so much sense. Yeah, I know. So, all these little challenge areas that I'll be doing in the game, and hopefully not failing at, they have conditions. And they always have some kind of condition. This one is, the enemies can only be hurt during witch time. Which means, you need to be in slow-mo to hurt them. They can hurt you, but you can't do anything to them. Which means you basically have to sit here, and try not to fuck up your dodge, and then kick their ass when you're in witch time. Good torture attack it, actually. I think that'll kill it. There we go. As long as I start it during witch time. Oh, hey. Yep. Which, when you see them get red and fiery like that, it means they're mad, and they're angrier, which means they're faster. And it means I suck at dodging, because the timing is completely different. There we go. So in this game, there is a taunt function. As you might imagine, though, when you taunt, you make them angry. So if you're trying to make them mad and attack you faster, you can definitely taunt them to do that. You just have the side effect that they will attack faster, attack more often, and be much harder to dodge. And they're on fire, too. And it's not just a visual effect. When they are on fire, if you touch them, you take damage, not even if they're attacking. Normally in this game, also if you haven't noticed, torture attacks are awesome and a little graphic, so I apologize in advance to you, Ember, if any of them are a little extreme. Every angel does have a different type of torture attack. But they're not instant kills later on, because a lot of them have too much health, so you have to weaken them first. Come on. The other thing about these little challenges is you have a limited number of hits. Not even lives, but actual number of times you can be hit. So you see those green orbs up in the top left? That's my hits. I've been hit twice. If I get hit 3 more times, I will fail this. You also have to beat it before the timer runs out, so these 100% are challenges. Yep, they're called Alfheims, which translates to... What does that translate to? Oh, okay. That's why LV knows the term.
Human who came across them was said to be granted a wish. Except the elves just... Okay.
Nice. Good job, elves. Also, I'm going to run out of time, so I will be failing this one. It's okay. I'll do it again and beat it this time. The good thing about these is that it does not affect your actual main gameplay. So you don't lose health in the real game. You don't... if you... There are some where you do? Oh. Good to know. Maybe I should be taunting them. I could remember what the taunt button is. Lots of witch attacks are a good way to beat these because they do way more damage. And because I do have the weakest... They're not the weakest weapons, but they do the least amount of total damage. So that does make it a little trickier too. But they're definitely... I don't like calling them the weakest because they are very good. Just Scarborough Fire, yeah. And the reason why is because they're so fast and they're really good at maintaining combos. which in this game, combos don't grant you more damage, but it does increase the total number of points you're earning, and that is very good for later on. You use those halos to buy weapons and upgrades and items and things like that. So they are very important to get. Don't think so? God damn it. Is it just because I don't have damage? Oh, I should use these too. That would help. Why am I doing that? I want to hit them. Oops. Yeah, angel arms do a lot of damage, which is why they have very limited health. Or weapon durability, I guess is the better word for it. I missed. That's good for time. I might get close. Are these the last two? Ah, fuck.
All your days, John.
Fucking hell. Come on. Gonna get mad. Oh, come on. I dodged that one. Well. Shit. Don't do the dot. Ugh. Okay. Alright. Even though I can't hurt them. Oh. Why would be fighting angels in your house is beyond you? Because I don't want the angels fucking up your elf party. I'm just clearing them out of your house. Alright, we'll give this one more shot. I think I can do it, because I think those are the last two. Unless there's a big one after it. Oh yeah, I forgot the angel bow is super damage. Right, the leg and the arm. Right. Oh, fuck, I didn't see that one. Well, shit. Doing great. God damn it. This might be one I go back to. Well, alright. We'll come back to this one. Off screen. What? I don't want them forced to watch me learn the game. Why couldn't I do that while I was fighting them? You're more upset there's angels in your yard? Well, that just means that you asked a leggy witch to come get rid of them for you. Alright, so yeah, the reason why that's a hidden area is once I go up this elevator, there's no coming back down. So yeah, that's your first secret of the game, and it's in the first real chapter, so they don't waste any time. Alright. Get on the elevator. Alright, so chapter, what is this, 3? The actual full chapter? I'll be coming back to do that. Yeah, it's definitely a game that's designed to kind of have you come back and redo things. Once you finish a chapter, as long as you don't have a checkpoint as your last save point, and it's a true save point, you can just go back and redo any chapter at any time, as long as you've played it once already. So the benefit of that is, as long as you've finished a chapter and you're not sitting there on like a partial checkpoint, you can go back and redo chapters to either earn halos, beat the challenges, get better scores. As Like I said, every time you play a level, you get scored on it, and your score is what grants you the halos.
It's making my buddies downstairs awfully nervous.
And your point is?
Some places in this world are closer to Paradiso or Inferno. The rat hole of the town you and I live in is close to both. But the Vigridians, they got a special air about them. They're closer to Paradiso than anyone should ever be. And that shit just plain creeps me out. I guess I'm gonna have to set up shop here and score me some halos. These stupid rings are worth a fortune back home.
Totally not a reference to Sonic's rings or anything.
Since it seems you're spoiling for a fight, if you come across any of these, bring them to me, and I'll hook you up.
Another one looking to line his pockets.
Difference is that he gets you good shit.
Is so fond of you.
So yep, meet your in-store game.
But let's get one thing straight. Your fights are yours alone. I'm only here to watch my handiwork in action. So don't get any bright ideas about coming to me for help.
No, you get one thing straight. I'm not the slightest bit interested in the fact that you made these guns.
It's not Doctor Who, Angels.
If you get in my way, I will... How do the Americans put it? Oh yes, bust a cap in your ass.
Bust a cap in your ass.
Baby, right on.
So yeah, Rodon is our friend. He's just a straight up demon, right? Oh, he is a fallen angel. Okay. Gotcha. So in case that didn't get picked up, quick story of Rodon is he sold weapons to Heaven, and he either defected or helped the other side, you think? One of the two. But in a nutshell, he got kicked out of Heaven and sent down to Hell. But yeah, the lore for him is he is basically a demonic weapon maker now. No weeping angels in your place? Don't blame you. So I'm coming down here. I probably don't have enough to buy anything, but we'll take a quick look at his shop anyway. That's the other big thing you buy. Techniques. And that's why I can't do all the techniques I'm trying to do, because I forgot you have to buy a lot of them. So he sells weapons, he sells accessories, he sells items, and techniques.
Either way, I'll hook you up.
Normally I go straight for all of the techniques, but because I'm trying to get a specific accessory first, I might actually be suffering without my techniques for a little bit. Let's take a look what he has so far. Nothing. The weapons are unlocked by either things you find or plot points. So the 3 weapons he has. So here's all of his items. The one I want is, of course, the most expensive one. And I have 10% of what I need. So it'll be a while till I get it. Each of these have a different effect, though. You can have up to 3 of them on you at once. We'll look at them a little bit more once I have enough money to actually buy one. He also sells items. These are the green ones are healing items. The red ones, what do the red ones give you? What do the red ones give you? Click on it. Oh, temporarily raises your attack. So it's like an attack up. Yellow, I think, increases your shield, or gives you an invincible shield, and purple increases your magic. This is the most important part of the game if you suck. Which I do.
That's why it's marked as hot.
Yes, it's why it's marked as hot, because the game knows I suck. This is an automatic revive item. If you die and happen to have a red hot shot in your inventory, it will revive you before taking you to the game over screen. The game over screen in this game is fairly unforgiving. It's either continue from your last checkpoint or game over and you restart the whole chapter. Depending on if you care about your score, restarting is the way to go, because otherwise you get very massive score reductions if you die. So yeah, here's a lot of techniques. They cost halos just like everything else. Normally I'd be getting some of these right away, but because I'm trying to be a good boy and save up, I'll avoid them for now. And then you got his treasures, which I think are just costumes. He's got a lot of those, so we won't see those till later in the game as well, too. I'm not going to buy anything right now, though. Let's just continue. I think another backtracking point is coming up, but this one is not a challenge area. It is just a fight that you can go back and do. I'm going to run back real quick and check. I don't think it's yet, but just in case. The other nice thing, the other reason this game makes it very clear that you should plan on backtracking, when you go and replay something, like let's say if I were to go back and redo the prologue, I would have all the things that I do now. So if I get, 3 or 4 chapters into the game and I buy a bunch of techniques, get the next weapon, I can go back and redo this chapter and I will have all that equipment on me, which obviously makes it a little easier, especially for some of those challenges. You will have more equipment, you will have more magic if you've been leveling that up, all kinds of things like that. So there's definitely a lot of emphasis on if you can't beat something now, don't stress about it. If you want a higher score, don't worry about it. You can always come back later with your improved equipment. I'm gonna have to do all the birds again too, won't I? The Crystal Witch and Sage. Within Vigrid City, there are a great many structures built long ago by 2 clans, the Umbra Witches and Lumen Sages. Among them, all have a sun and moon duality, evidence of a peculiar outlook toward the universe. The witches representing the moon, and the sages representing the sun, burn into the fabric of the city in various ways. One of these structures, a pair of statues crafted from high-quality crystal known as Beltestin Crystallos, featured both a witch and a sage. The statues appeared to hold some sort of special significance. According to ancient records, they were created to aid in the training of the art of overseeing time, a skill only the 2 clans were capable of practicing, that also served as the key to locking something away from public view should the clans feel the need for secrecy. However, the exact details of this art are unknown. Now the city, scarred by the tragic witch hunts of the past, has seen many of these statues depicting witches destroyed or heavily defaced. Even these beautiful crystal statues were unable to escape the calamitous fighting. In this town, which as you have already kind of guessed and or been told by narration, is very close to heaven as opposed to being even. So there's a lot of animosity to witches. Which is why you're going to see all those statues that we talked about often in a single and not in a pair. Grab the bird. Here's a blood. So these birds, there's random red... Are they ravens or crows? I think they're ravens. They're all over in the game. If you can grab them, you earn a blood point, and those are used to unlock other secret things. So if you see me madly trying to chase a red bird down, that's what I'm doing. Also, everything has items, so that's why I'm breaking all the things. It's just another... Yep. So right now we're in historical ruins, and since we're still in Purgatorio, the normal people can't see us. I guess you can kind of think of Vigrid as almost like, Rome or the Vatican City. It's a very religious place, but also there's a lot of tourism here. So. Oh, is this our first big boy? In a minute. Okay. Flower power. I'm not saying that the fact that the angels are bird-like makes my argument any more accurate, but fuck birds. Oops. There we go. I should have saved it for the bigger one, but fine. Oh, right. He does that stupid field of pain. There we go. Oh, alright, the little fuckers are here now. Oh, I forgot to use the most important part of the pole weapon. Oh, there's another one here. Good. There we go. This weapon is an excellent way to very quickly raise your combo. There he is. The beloved. He's a giant bab. I want to pick it up. There we go. I'm just going to shoot the gem in his back, apparently. Yep. Our first climax. What's his name? Is this Gamora? Yeah. Chomp chomp. He's a hungry bitch. Oh, you guys get to hear all kinds of button mashing with this game, that's true. Those certain large enemies like that get their own little super special ending. Hey, our first weapon. And also, I'm totally taking this with me. Silver? Fuck off. Is it my time or my bonus? Or my combo? Are these the shotguns? They are. Alright, I think now we can go back and do that hidden fight that I remember. Man, I really wish that one enhancement was available at this point. There they are. Hi, fuckos. I see your health bars. Oh, I did the aerial torture attack by accident. Cool. Aw, fuck off. Oof, you're a mad boy. I dodged into his attack, so I'm doing really good. Ah. My combo's great, my damage is not. There we go. Ah. The other thing about when they become enraged is that, oof, some of their attacks become unavoidable. Or rather, you don't make them flinch. Also, I'm about to die, which is cool. Oh, there we go. I still got a gold because my combo was platinum. Nice. I'm doing my best not to use one of those health items that I picked up because you lose points if you use a health item. You also lose points if you die, though, so maybe we should make one. Alright, I haven't done any crafting yet. This game does have crafting, although it's very, very simplified. Where's my menu? Oh, right, because it's a single piece, right? Oops, wrong button. No, I want... I'm super good at this. R? Oh, right. Yep. I wanted a Mega one. Because I'm so good that I will probably never need it anyway. Now the question is, does the LP get it for free? Or now do we have to buy it? Woo! Well, I like how she doesn't have to look. She's Bayonetta.
Well, well. An Angelic Hymns Gold LP.
As you can tell, music is a big part of the game.
That thing is the perfect beat to coax out some of hell's uglies. One note hits their ears, and a damn who's who of Inferno comes pouring out of the inner circles. Then I can use them to breathe life into what I make best. Weapons of mass destruction. Tell you what, you give me that record and I'll order up something so fiendish, angels will cry at the sight of it. I'll just have to pop down to the tropics for a bit. So take a load off.
This is a Chopin song. All the musical album or LPs that you find are actual pieces of music. This is a military march by Chopin. Yeah, so I love the lore behind this. The reason why the LPs get you new weapons is that Rodin goes down to hell, uses the music to lure in demons, and then kicks the shit out of them and turns them into guns. So these are our shotguns. We get them very early in the game. And now the reason why it says alt is because these are the ones for your feet. As you might have noticed...
They're the ones that...
Right, sorry. As you might have noticed from our equip screen, you can attach certain guns to both your hands and your feet. So at all times you can have essentially two sets of weapons. The ones on your hands and the ones on your feet. Shotguns are just like the pistols. They can go both on your hands and your feet. But because the record only gives you one pair for free, if you want the other one, Rodin makes you buy it. But we can still equip at least one of the shotguns for now. So I will put them... There we go. And I think the quick button for that is this one.
You want to touch?
Nope, that's on. There we go. So now we have two sets of weapons. One is the pistols on both hands and feet, and one is shotguns in your hand and pistols on her feet. Okay. Keep the shotguns on. Shotguns are good for armor. They kind of tend to blow off the angel's armor. And obviously the only downside is, of course, they're very short range. So if an enemy is all the way across the fighting area, you probably are not going to hit them. Standard shotgun rules. Also, I love the way she opens things. Ooh. Oh, come on. My timing really that shit? I mean, that's not a question that needs to be answered. That was a little bit better other than the fact that I got hit right away. Got a platinum. Oh, go to the other side. Go to the other side. Get 4 of these and you earn another piece of health, which is always nice. That health bar can get much larger, and later on in the game, you You're in for a very painful time if you don't have a bigger health bar. Oh god, this part's now? Oh boy. But this isn't the part. Where everything is on fire.
What are you
Yeah,
doing?
you come back here, right? Yep, flashback. You still have to fight this fucker, though. Luckily, I'm super good. Oh, well, fucked up that combo. There we go. Hit him with a witch foot. Come on. Uppercut to the face. He uses so much health. The other really neat thing about this game is as long as you're not getting hit, you can continue your combo even after you're sitting there holding down your guns to shoot at them. So as long as your timing isn't shit and you're not getting smacked by enemies, you can actually make a single combo last a very long time.
Bad boy.
It's probably the only pure platinum y'all are going to see. This is the road that only the Chosen could walk before. Before it was closed for preservation, it was once open to tourists. So now, only special people can go there. A Witch's Brew. I've discovered the existence of something called alchemy. It is the deconstruction, combination, and reconstruction of everything. Metal, flesh, even spirit. If one understands the logic of the age, alchemy is a prime example of the era in which it was developed. Although lesser known is the fact that alchemy is an offshoot of the witch's secret art of concoction. Concoction was only practiced by the Umber Witch clan, and the materials, amounts, and methods used were never shared outside of the clan's inner circle. However, in the chaos of the witch hunts, some details were said to have slipped out, including knowledge of the primary mixing compounds, baked gecko, unicorn horn, and mandragora root. Also hidden was their role in controlling defense, offense, and vitality. It has been discovered that correctly combining these items may result in the creation of various useful compounds. These materials are obviously no longer in existence, and even if they still existed, outside of being a member of the Witch Clan, one would have to take out a contract with a dweller of the Netherworld to obtain these rare items. In cases of emergency, the witches place these items within Purgatorio, a realm caught in between the Trinity of Realities, in which the items are said to still remain. When creating a concoction, the correct procedures, amounts, and combinations are absolutely essential, and the art is not for the inexperienced. So once again, that's the game's little nudging explanation of why we're finding all this random crap inside of things. Does this have a save point, or is that a separate option? Just a regular Gates of Hell, I think. Thought this one had a save point, but it might be stupid. Here's one that I can never do properly.
Take care of my babies, will you?
I always will, buddy.
Have a thing for the 45s, but to me, these are the real works of art.
Yep. Alright, no save point here. Alright, let's go find a thing. Yeah, here's a thing. Ow. Asshole, you don't have a baby face. You have an old man face. Oh, didn't dodge that time. Don't do that, you rude boy. Oh, me! Ooh. Luckily the quick times are a little forgiving until that one that I always die at 1,000 times. Don't worry, you guys will find out about that one soon enough. I don't think I've ever done it the first try when we get to it. What an asshole. Alright, this asshole wants to keep playing. There we go. Ow, fucker. Yep. There we go. Just in time. Hi, buddy. Got another snack for you. The little humor bits are everywhere. You're welcome. My combo is what sucked that time. Right, because I kept getting stumbled. Just drops your combo. So I missed one, but we know where that was. That was the one that I skipped because I couldn't beat it. But I will come back and redo chapter 1 later. So I can get my pretty full medal list. Oh, time to embarrass myself again. Ooh, look at all those bullets, though. $31. That's a new low record. Hey, look, I'm a quarter of the way to the amount I need.